Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming again, bro. Will I kill the Death Knight with Lysithea? We'll see. Death Knight boy. Oh, sell. Right, right. Let's do this. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Awesome. Let's go. Yeah. So on the right of rebirth. Awesome. So
The goddess's rite of rebirth is finally here. Let's move ahead with our plan.
Leave it to me. Professor, are you in as well?
We've narrowed down their objective. Kind of. So, let's show everyone that we can carry out our duties better than anyone.
We're counting on you, Professor.
You seem a mite too relaxed for my liking. The goddess's rite of rebirth is about to begin. While we are in the goddess tower, we are relying on you to secure the locations that are lacking in defense.
May I let you in on something, Professor? My brother can be a bit callous. He told me that he was concerned about you, and hinted that perhaps you would be better off patrolling a coffin.
That was said in jest, Flame, and in confidence. Please just remain by my side and do not cause any more trouble. As a professor, you would do well to remember that it is your duty to guide your students down the path of righteousness.
Please excuse us, everyone. We shall see you again after the ceremony has concluded.
It's time.
All right. Let's stick to the plan and go hide where we can watch over the entrance to the Holy Mausoleum. If anyone suspicious enters, we'll follow them in and take them down. Got it?
My thank you so much.
I am grateful. I have gratitude.
Glad you have gratitude.
So much.
So Dorothea's first place deployed. It's dominated by females. Like just the demographic where this game was. Guess it makes sense. Alright, mysterious mage, bitch. What do you think of that asshole? Oh, this all you, Lysithea. Let's use Lysithea. Lysithea. Scythe of Sario. GG. Hello, I know it's something called Scythe of Sario. You like that, bitch? I guess it's alright. It's not alright, well, it's right. Okay, so. Oh boy. Oh, available loser. I can't help you, loser. I'm doing something. What the? It's super stuff. If you say so. Are you happy? It's done, bitch.
is as we suspected. The enemy is within.
Those central church dastards have spotted us. Buy me some
GG.
time while I open the seal on the casket.
I'm on.
The enemy is after the casket of St. Ceros. Do they intend to steal her bones? We must defeat those enemies before they open the casket. But look closely at the ground. There are contraptions of some sort in place. You'll have to look closely at the enemy's weapons and advance while attacking them from the best positions possible.
Stay focused.
Yeah!
Should I have held back?
Here goes.
What the? She can use an axe? Interesting. LMAO.
Leave it to me.
Take that, bitch.
I just worked harder.
I'll give it my all.
Ready.
I'll cut through.
Awesome.
Thanks.
I'm on it.
Sure thing.
Shoot. I forgot to upgrade Sylvain. Oh well, I'll do it next time. I forgot to upgrade Sylvain.
Prove your strength and scatter these fools.
I don't take commands or waste my time on weaklings.
That knight looks like he has experience. It would be foolish to challenge him recklessly.
Nice try.
Really glad she was able to do that. BG, 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 BG. PG. PG.
That helps.
Well done.
So the shield, so this it's time. Take this, bitch. Awesome.
Over already? I will get stronger still.
Good. Oh, oh.
Too slow. I'm
Nice.
certain I've improved.
Good. Nice.
The fight continues.
I have so far left to go.
Nice.
Seems I prevailed.
You're fuck you, loser.
What's done is done.
Interesting. Good.
Like moths to a flame.
Nope. Yeah, fuck you.
I don't have time for failure.
That's life.
I murdered him. That's awesome, and I was under level compared to him. I'm sure on Maddening he's much more of a pain, to be honest, but that's not what I'm doing, so too bad, bitch.
You fought well.
Mr. Regress, Mr. It's time to do Mr. East.
Had to be done.
Interesting. BG.
You were outmatched.
Boss.
Who's next?
That is that.
The reinforcements haven't arrived.
Interesting.
If they approach from behind, we can attack them from both sides.
Interesting.
So that can...
Too slow.
Too slow. Oh. Good.
Should I have held back?
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Much appreciated.
Thanks.
There's so much left to learn.
Interesting.
This is our chance.
Oh boy.
Let's think carefully. Let's go.
fuck you, fool. Good.
Doing my part.
Yeah.
The seal will be broken any minute now.
Interesting.
Is that all?
Yeah.
I'm getting stronger. I can feel it.
Yep.
It's no use. A seal is broken. You can't. Huh? A sword.
Yeah, the sword of creator, bitch.
Is the intruder here? Oh, looks like you have this under control. You,
Yup,
round
deal
up any
with it.
stragglers.
Will do.
As all of you have committed a breach of faith, the Archbishop will now pass judgment.
Inciting a kingdom noble to rebel. Unlawful entry. The attempted assassination of the Archbishop. An attack on the Holy Mausoleum. It is unnecessary to go on, followers of the Western Church.
What? We have nothing to do with the Western Church.
You have already been identified. Please spare us your second-rate theater.
Dishonoring a holy ceremony is worthy of death for a member of the Church. You are well past the hope of redemption. If you have any grace remaining, you will willingly offer your life as atonement for this crime.
No, this isn't what we were told would happen. We've been deceived.
It's no use arguing. Whatever your excuse, the punishment stands.
May your souls find peace as they return to the goddess.
Wait, please. The goddess would never forgive you for our execution.
Monster. We know you've already slaughtered many of our fellow brethren like this.
This concludes the investigation. Please remove these poor lost souls from my sight.
There you have it. It seems the assassination attempt and the attack on the Holy Mausoleum were all the work of the Western Church. As for the masked knight who led the attack, I'm afraid his whereabouts are yet unknown.
It makes no sense that the Western Church would try such a thing.
It just goes to show that the Church of Seiros is not completely united. The Church is led by those here at Garreg Mach, and the Western Church doesn't have a strong voice on its governing council. I imagine the Western Church has harbored some resentment toward the Central Church for a while now. Ah, that's right. Gerald did say that you grew up outside the influence of the Church. The Church of Seiros is split into a few branches across Fodlan, the largest being the Central Church, which is headquartered right here at Garreg Mach. The Western Church lies far to the west of Castle Gaspar, where Lord Lonato held his rebellion. It's situated on the far side of the kingdom's most impressive fortress, Aryan Road. I imagine the Western Church's intention was to eliminate Lady YEEAAH and the Central Church's authority along with her. Naturally, the Knights will be riding out to question the Western Church's top officials. Or rather, to punish them.
When they do, Your Highness, we will likely be asked to help carry out said punishment.
Indeed. Now, I don't mean to be rude, Professor, but I must say your situation is rather unusual. For someone to grow up in Fodlan and yet never have any contact with the Church of Seiros it's hard to believe.
I wonder why the Archbishop would hire someone like that as a professor.
So, those people from the Western Church were... Lady YEEAAH had them killed, didn't she?
Well, of course she did. Going against the teachings of Seiros like that, quite unforgivable.
Those who stray must be punished, I suppose. That said, Professor,
There you are, Professor. It seems Lady YEEAAH would like a word with you. Come with me.
The Archbishop lives. Not that I had ever placed much faith in those swine from the Western Church.
I have news, both good and bad.
Just sounds like Kingdom Hearts music, bruh.
The remains of Seiros were not in a tomb. However, something else was. The Sword of the Creator.
Ah, the weapon wielded by that thief, the King of Liberation.
Thief? Huh. At any rate, it is now in the hands of the Academy's new professor. I doubt you will be surprised to hear that the crest stone had already been removed from the sword when it was found.
As expected. It would be foolish to keep both in the same location.
There's more. The professor was able to awaken the sword's true power. Even without the crest stone, the sword glowed red. The professor's crest is compatible. There is no mistaking it.
Absurd. Using a relic without its crest stone should be impossible. The King of Liberation's bloodline should not even...
They must be allowed to keep it, for now. I do not have enough information about the professor to act. As for your request, I assent. The Death Knight is at your command. Use him well.
Good. I believe I will enjoy this a great deal.
Ichi, bruh.
I cannot thank you enough for defeating those invaders in the Holy Mausoleum, and especially for protecting the Sword of the Creator. That sword is one of the hero's relics, and the most precious artifact in the Church's possession. It is also a weapon of terrifying power. For now, I will entrust the sword to you. Please, use it wisely.
Lady YEEAAH, wait! Do you truly mean to give the Sword of the Creator to this stranger? Surely it is not the sort of thing one hands over so readily, even to someone who has the ability to wield it. If someone like Nemesis were to appear again, all of Fodlan would be consumed by war. Nemesis, the King of Liberation. He is an ancient king of mankind who was defeated by Seiros over 1,000 years ago. When Fodlan was attacked by wicked gods, it is said that the goddess gifted Nemesis with the Sword of the Creator. Nemesis used that sword to defeat the wicked gods, saving all of Fodlan. Henceforth, he was dubbed the King of Liberation. However, his power began to corrupt him until he himself turned to the darkness. Saint Seros was forced to destroy him. Lady YEEAAH, I beg you to reconsider. Given a little more time, we could more accurately assess this stranger's abilities.
No. I have faith, Seteth. Faith that our friend here will not be corrupted by wickedness. Since the death of Nemesis, none have been able to wield the Sword of the Creator. Now, after all those long years of being sealed away, it has returned and found a new master.
I understand. As you wish, Lady YEEAAH. There you have it, Professor. See that you do not betray the trust the Archbishop has seen fit to bestow upon you.
The Sword of the Creator? The King of Liberation? Each tale is more confusing than the last. And I really can't read that YEEAAH at all. That sword is clearly precious. So why is she so keen to gift the thing to you? Is that a fact? I feel as though we have become entangled in a mystery. Then there is one more thing that has been plaguing me. The Sword of the Creator. It somehow feels distinct from other relics we have seen. Such as the one that... Oh goodness, what was her name? Yes, her! The Sword of the Creator is different from her Thunderbrand in one key way. It bears a hole, where something should have been, but is no more. I despise not knowing what is going on. It frightens me. And yet, I place my trust in you. I must. Whatever comes to pass, please swear to cut a path that is your own.
Part 1. White Clouds. Verdant Rain Moon. Tower of Black Winds. The ceaseless rains that satiate the verdant landscape of Fodlan are accompanied by fierce winds and mighty roars of thunder. This abundance of rain, sparkling as it falls against beams of emerging sunlight,
I have a new mission for you, Professor. I would like for you to take your students into Kingdom territory to eliminate some thieves.
They stole a hero's relic from House Gautier of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, the Lance of Ruin. Their leader's name is Miklan. He is apparently a disowned son of House Gautier.
Yeah, let's do it!
I believe it had something to do with his lack of a crest. Such happenings are fairly common within the kingdom.
The Crestless cannot unleash the goddess's power even if they possess a relic. Nonetheless, they are still capable of simply wielding those weapons.
The hero's relics are immensely powerful weapons. We must meet this threat with adequate force. Unfortunately, most of the Knights of Seros are away from the monastery, purging the apostates of the Western Church. So we are entrusting you with this mission. After all, you wield the sword of the Creator, which is more than capable of opposing any relic.
The Sword of the Creator is a powerful weapon well beyond the other relics. You have nothing to fear. However, to ensure that no harm comes to the students, we will also send the monastery's most skilled individuals to aid you.
I must remind you that you are expected to conduct yourself in a manner befitting the wielder of that holy sword. Also, you should know that Professor Hanneman has been looking for you. That is all.
I heard about our mission for this month. So, we are to eradicate thieves in Kingdom territory. I'm sorry for dragging you into the Kingdom's petty squabbles. This should not be your burden to bear, but my own. Thank you, Professor. Hearing you say that puts my mind at ease.
Your Highness? Ah, it's been ages.
It's been a long time.
GG.
I'm not mistaken.
Indeed, Your Highness. You've grown so much in those years. I hardly recognize you.
This is Rodrigue, an old friend of my father's. I believe I've mentioned him, if you recall. When my father died 4 years ago, he looked after me as though I were his own son.
Ha ha! You flatter me, Your Highness. It was my honor to care for such a fine young man. It's nice to finally meet you, Professor. My son, Felix, has mentioned you on occasion.
What brings you to the monastery, Rodrigue? Is it the thieves plaguing the kingdom?
I'm afraid so. This is not merely a problem for House Gautier, but for everyone. The thieves have set up their headquarters in Fraldarius territory, and are mercilessly pillaging the villagers of that area. You have our full support in stopping those dastards. I thank you for your help, both of you.
Bastards. Interesting.
I've heard much about you lately. Specifically, that you are able to awaken the Sword of the Creator's power. Thusly, it seems the true nature of your crest has been uncovered. I had, of course, seen your crest before. However, at first, I failed to recognize its true nature. Eventually, it dawned on me that what is visible is perhaps merely a small part of a greater whole. In other words, your crest is too significant to be detected when using normal instruments. After this discovery, I began researching crests that might fit that description, which allowed for a temporary hypothesis. However, I could not be certain. The crest my conclusions led me to was far too unusual. A crest thought to have disappeared from this world in the millennium since the fall of Nemesis, the King of Liberation. The crest of flames. That is what you possess. Your ability to wield the Sword of the Creator has unequivocally proven my hypothesis. A legendary power, dormant since time immemorial, and now resurrected. There can be no doubt that this ancient power resides within you.
I knew this already, though.
Thank you for your invitation. To what do I owe this surprise? Thank you. Oh, what fun. Yeah. Yeah. Huh? You think I complain too much, don't you? I know I do, but I can't help it.
Interesting.
It's good. Ooh, what fun. What's that?
What's that?
Professor? Every rose has its thorn. Every beautiful leg should have a dagger, don't you think? Yeah. Thanks for the treat. Come by the infirmary anytime you need
Yeah.
anything. I'll be waiting, Professor.
Oh god, anything. What do you guys think that means? Alright, people, time to listen to some supports. Deal with it, losers.
I did not expect to see you here, Happy. I get the feeling that you didn't come for training.
Listen up, Dee Dee. I remembered something.
Remembered? Ah, does this have something to do with why you were staring at me earlier?
Not ringing any bells. I stare at people all the time. Anyway, do you know Anselma?
Anselma? Yes, of course. But how do you know that name? That is what my stepmother was called in the Empire. In the kingdom, she was called Patricia.
Oh, so that's what it was. I see now. What a relief. It was really sticking in my craw. Well, now that that's all settled, I'm off to bed.
Just one moment. You may understand, but I most certainly do not. How did you know my stepmother?
She used to visit all the time. I think she was friends with the lady who kidnapped me.
Friends? Are you sure?
I heard the lady helped bring her to the kingdom, but I don't really know the details. Anyway, when Anselma saw how I was being treated, she got angry, just like you. You remind me a lot of her, actually.
Are we really that much alike?
I'd say so. Come to think of it, you greet people in the same way, hold a book in the same way, you even get angry in the same way. It's uncanny.
I share no blood with my stepmother, but to hear you say that, it pleases me greatly. She was the one who raised me. I suppose it makes sense that we would share certain mannerisms. To think that the person you mentioned was my stepmother is baffling, to say the least.
What do you mean?
For all intents and purposes, my stepmother was completely cut off from the outside world. Suffice it to say, few knew that my father had taken a second wife.
Sounds complicated. I can keep my mouth shut if you like.
I would very much appreciate your silence on the matter. But thank you, truly, for all that you said. Truth be told, the union between my father and stepmother has given rise to much speculation. But for now, what's truly baffling me is the identity of that lady you mentioned. She welcomed my stepmother into the kingdom after she fled home due to political strife. No, I must stop this. It's time to put an end to this discussion. Baseless speculation will get me nowhere.
Oh, come on. I finally felt like I understood, and then you go and say something cryptic like that. If I can't sleep tonight, I'm blaming you.
Well, if that happens, come back here and I'll keep you company. I'll be training a while yet. I wonder, could Happy's captor truly be her?
Hi there, Ash. Here to do some reading as well, I take it? Ash?
Huh, Ingrid, you gave me a start. How long have you been standing there?
Not too long. Apologies for startling you. Must be a great book for you to be so deeply engrossed in it. What has you so captivated?
Oh, it's quite an old book. One of the really old legends of Fargus.
Aha! It must be the Sword of Kaifon then, yes?
Oh, so you know it.
Oh yes, I know it quite well. I read it often as a child. In fact, I read it so much that my personal copy fell apart. I brought it everywhere with me. I adore that book. The tale of the warrior Kaifon, whose devotion and loyalty enabled his best friend Lug to become king. He went to great lengths to see things through.
Exactly! I love the image of him charging forward into the fray, ready to take on any obstacle in the name of his king.
Indeed! He was the very picture of the perfect knight. In my opinion, the best chapter is right around the middle of the book.
Ah, the part about the war of the eagle and lion? That's my favorite part! In a flash, Kaifon's sword the knight parried the assassin's blade mere inches from the spine of his king.
Kaifon's blade hummed like the wind, slashing the enemy's throat. In mere moments, their forces lay vanquished, decimated by his mighty blows. I can recite the entirety of it if you like. I never grow weary of that tale, the pinnacle of knighthood, with all its struggles and glory.
I know just what you mean. I never get tired of it. Some people laugh at me for reading these old tales, but I'll never outgrow them. I'm glad to find someone who shares my enthusiasm.
I'm glad of it as well. Tell me, what other books do you enjoy, Ash?
Well, the first one I ever read was Lug and the Maiden of Wind.
You have fantastic taste! That story is another favorite. The final chapter makes me tear up every time.
I know. When I first read it, I just couldn't get that ending out of my head.
It seems we have much in common. I look forward to chatting again sometime.
I'd love to. Yes, let's.
Oh.
I guess taking them all up in one go is a bad idea.
Annette? Are you okay with all those boxes?
Linhard! Hi, I'm so glad you're here. I don't know if I'll be able to handle all these. I thought I may as well get it over with, so I decided to carry them all at once. Big mistake.
Smart thinking. Do it all at once. That's what they say, right? Work smart, not hard. I think you've got it from here, so I'm off to take a nap. Good luck.
But maybe you could help it. Nope. Gone. It's fine. It is fine. Just a little further to my quarters. I've got this. I'll just... Huh? They didn't fall.
That was almost pretty bad.
Linhard, I thought you had an important nap to get to.
I'd call it insomnia, but I suppose it was really just a guilty conscience. I came to see if you needed help. And, sure enough, here you are, about to tip all the boxes on the floor.
Thanks. Though it may have been best if you had just chipped in from the start.
Huh? But it was your job. Why would I step in? You clearly had things handled.
Then why help me at all?
If the boxes had fallen just now, everyone would have had to help tidy them up anyway. If anything broke, more boxes would need to be carried. And if all of that came to pass, then there'd be noise and more noise and no chance of my taking a nap.
Huh. But if you had helped me from the start, there would have been no danger of anything being dropped at all.
Correct. But there was no danger yet, and so there was no need for my help. So I left you to it. Try carrying one box at a time instead of straining to do it all at once. Work smart, not hard, as they say. All right, well, I think you've got it from here, so I'm off. Good luck.
After all that, he's not gonna help me.
After all that, he's not gonna help me. Son of a bitch. What did you say? I said you were son of a bitch. Oh, well, okay, I guess that's fine. What do you mean that's fine? You should be offended. Alright, ain't no shit fucks more. Interesting! Mage Felix. Oh. How would you feel about a Mage Felix? Would you guys be triggered? Like, Felix can't be a mage, that's stupid.
Oh, what a relief!
Better be a relief, bro. Sylvain. You've gotta stop bursting those veins. He still hasn't gotten to max GG. Let's do it. Awesome. Yeah, do it, Mercedes.
I'm so glad I passed.
Brigand. 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 Guess what? It's time. Let's go, losers. Gotta kill these losers. I'm just checking this shit out on the release. It's time to explore, bro. Yeah. Let's do it, losers. Let's do it, losers. Hilda. Where is Hilda? Where is she? Where is this bitch? Where is she? Gotta kill bitches, bro. Kill bitches. Gotta kill the bitches. Gotta kill the bitches. There's Hilda. 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 Hilda.
I thought school life would be peaceful and quiet with a sprinkle of drama to keep things interesting. But since you arrived, it's been one thing after another. Is that just a coincidence, I wonder? Oh, I was just kidding. Anyway, as I said before, I do like having a little drama in my life. Oh, you found it! Thank you so much. You're a sweetheart. I thought school but since you... Professor, you look like you want to... But if you're here to lecture me, I'll...
Alright, let's go, bitch. What the hell? Why'd it end up over here? Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
I thought school life would be... But since... I thought school life... But since you... Oh, wow, thanks.
Interesting.
Wow, thanks for inviting me. Whoa, you got my favorite tea.
Oh, that was luck. I didn't know that.
Oh, wow, thanks. Yep. Yep. Huh? Thanks for the tea. I hope you'll invite me again. Hello. I love it. Thank you so much. it true that Lady Rhea entrusted the Sword of the Creator to you? I can hardly even fathom you being capable of wielding something of such power. Just who are you anyway?
That reminds me. The Leicester Alliance is governed through roundtable conferences between the 5 most prominent allied dukes, the 5 Great Lords. First and foremost is Duke Regan, the Alliance's leader. Joining him are the heads of House Goneril, House Gloucester, and House Ordelia. Lastly, there is the newest addition, Margrave Edmund. These 5 each have voting power in the conferences. Before House Edmund, it was House Daphne that was counted amongst the 5. However, it is said that the head of that family relinquished their vote to House Edmund, which had only recently risen to significance.
Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna just say screw it. I'm gonna just use my renown to recruit Hilda and get the B rank and stuff. I don't really care, bro. I thought it would happen faster, but I guess not. I chose the wrong file. Fuck me. I'm gonna have to reset it again. Alright, bro, let's go. Let's go, bro. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Let's run around. Hey, let's kill the world. It sounds great.
I thought school life would be, but since... Professor, I saw you looking at me. I know what that means.
Interesting. Yeah, I do, bitch.
But if you did invite me to join, I'd consider it. Oh, you really have taken a shine to me. I hope I can live up to your expectations. I look forward to learning from you. Is it true that Lady YEEAAH entrusted the Sword of the Creator to you? I can hardly even fathom you being capable of wielding something of such power. That reminds me. The last before it is said that
Hey, Professor. Don't you think everyone's making too big a fuss over these crests, or heroes relics, or whatever they're called? How important can that stuff really be? Personally, I don't even care that I don't have a crest. I'll take muzzles over crests any day. Heck, I'll take muzzles over a hot meal. Actually... Good to see you, Professor. I was just on my way to train.
Not possible. Hey, Professor, did you happen to see that man I was looking for earlier? I just spotted him by the dining hall, but then he ran away. To be honest, he's my father. He's using a different name now, but there's no mistaking it. It's him. I know it is. Father, I found you at last.
Hey.
Hey, I could use a hand.
I'm glad I asked you. Hey there.
Yeah, could have stayed longer, then Happy would be pissed off. That would make sense. Anyway, accept request from Seth. And what is up, GNS? It is great. I did a sauna thing with Happy, so that's interesting. I'm going to Abyss, boy. I forgot to go to Abyss in the last chapter, so thumbs down to me. Mr. Gamer. Cool. GG.
Hello there. Hey, you, listen up. I've got something to report. Actually, if I recall correctly, which is my job and passion, there were reportable happenings up top as well. That's why I'm still stuck with Mr. Backup. I'm still here by request of Lord Sedith. You can never be too vigilant. Truth be told, I'm used to the guy by now. Not Yuri, though. He shoots him a pointed glare every time he walks by. How eerie is that?
Elfric used to use his position in the church to look out for Abyss. He basically set this whole place up for us. Then some scandal or other forced him out. Gotta wonder what got the church so riled up.
What do you require? Now let me see. Perhaps you'd have better luck with the animals of the monastery. Now let me see. Ah yes, this one's growth is going quite well.
What do you think of the mysterious teacher, bro? You think it's interesting?
Now let me see. Perhaps you'd have better luck with the animals of the monastery. Now let me see. Ah yes, this one's growth is going quite well.
Mag.
Fare thee well. What do you require? Now let me see. I see this one has gained some experience. Fare thee well.
He only cares about stats. GG.
See you again soon.
Influencer. Influencer. What's this? Stats.
Nice sword, Chatterbox. I like how it lights up. That's a neat trick. But now that you have it, the church is going to want to use your power for their own ends. Are you going to let that happen? Good. Glad to hear it. You gotta think for yourself. You're too good to become one of their stooges. Nope, not mine. No clue whose it is.
Obviously, it's Constance's. Where is she, though?
It's like this.
Oh, wait, she's outside, I think, actually.
Balthus, probably. Yuri's definitely the most cunning. Constance is the strongest with magic. The most dangerous of them all, though? Happy. You've heard the rumors, haven't you?
You know. Miklon. I know that guy. Northern Fargus, he's pretty well known. And not in a good way. The guy does what he pleases. Attacking towns in Margrave Gautier's territory relentlessly. Stealing food and even abducting women. I may be the leader of a bunch of thugs, too. But I'm nothing like that slime bag. A bit. I've got folks who follow my lead, but the similarities end there. A hero's relic can turn a slimeback like Miklon into a knight. I know you've got one of those shinies yourself, but don't go doing anything reckless.
You're a busy one, aren't you? Always on the road. Being a professor seems like a tough gig. Back when I was first enrolled here, we rarely traveled. The Battle of the Eagle and Lion was about it. This really stirs up the old memories. When I took part, my house lost. May have been my fault. It's hard to believe, but I was pretty rash back then. Hey, think I can join in again this year? Bet you could pull some strings and make it happen, yeah?
Sure, why not? I could have him in the battle.
It's like this.
You gotta think for yourself. Nope, not mine. Nope, not.
Guess it's Yuri's then. If it's not Yuri's, I'll be very surprised. I mean, it could be Constance's too. I mean, whatever, it could be Constance's. But, oh, it looks like he wears it though, so there you go.
Oh, you found it, huh? I've been looking everywhere for that. Thanks.
It's like this.
It's like this. Let's invite Yuri to tea, why not?
I know you've got one of those shinies yourself, but don't go doing it. Thanks.
Interesting.
You asked me here for a reason, yeah? Well, at the very least, this should be interesting. Thanks. Wow. Cool. Thanks for the treat, friend. Let's do this again sometime, yeah?
It's like this.
You gotta think for yourself.
What the hell? Is Happy not like me for some reason? I'll see what you do. Or is it because I already had it? A random chance, fair enough.
Hello there.
I'm not surprised Lorenz and Ferdinand are less likely to turn you down. They are probably always up for tea. Hey, tea time, bro. And their support conversations are pretty funny. It's too bad they don't have a support. Accept quest from Silence. Accept it, bitch. You better accept it.
Hey there, Professor. I've been hearing about you a lot lately. Word on the street is you wield some amazing sword. If you ever want to sell it to me, I'd pay top G. Just kidding. Sorta. It's, not for sale, is it? Hey, how about a favor?
GG. No tea time choice with him for some reason. Oh, probably because we don't have much of a bond.
Hey there, Professor.
They get a boost? Fair enough. But I wanted to see them say more funny things though.
The coffin of Saros in the Holy Mausoleum should have held her remains. Instead, they say it held the sword of the Creator. What could it mean?
Some people are unhappy because they don't have the crest they want. And some are unhappy because they have a crest they never asked for. Yes, this is mine. Thank you for returning it. Some people are unhappy, and some aren't. Oh, Professor, excuse me,
Zero's relic to be stolen. It's unheard of.
And just last month, the sword of the Creator was almost stolen too.
Also quite unheard of. What impudence.
Oh, Edelgard, feigning ignorance.
You there!
I have never had goings to the kingdom's north. I hear the people of North are cold and have much loneliness. Professor, I hear you have worked as a mercenary in the kingdom. Did you find joy in this? You cannot remember? Is that having possibility? I have amazement.
I have amazement.
Training has given me great biz, but you have...
So, you have a crest too, eh, Professor? Does that mean you're descended from nobility? You've certainly got the look for it. I sure do wish there were more nobles like you, Professor. A teacher, a mercenary, and so very mysterious. How could a girl ever get enough? I do find you very interesting.
Okay, what is my charm? Let me look. What is my charm? $16. It's like enough to get the dancer class, but not enough to impress people, apparently.
Swinging a sword about in the Holy Mausoleum? The potential for damage is too great to imagine. I sincerely hope the saints' coffins were not damaged. Were you using magic? I've heard you weren't, but it's torture not being able to go inside the Holy Mausoleum for an entire year. Oh, thank you. I gave up hope of ever finding it.
I heard a relic was stolen. If this had something to do with a family conflict, I don't think I could choose a side. I think I'd be a pretty good judge of that. I know relics aren't easy to come by, but I'd still like to get my hands on one.
Sorry, I forgot to say BRB.
I heard a relic was stolen. If this had something to do with a family conflict, I think I'd be a pretty good judge of that.
BG, keep choosing the wrong choice. Thumbs down.
heard a relic was stolen. If this had something to do with a family conflict,
Okay.
I don't think I could choose a side.
See you in half an hour or however long it'll take, bro.
What if it's some kind of powerful weapon? I want one too. I know relics aren't easy to come by, but I'd still like to get my hands on one.
Okay.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Oh, come to think of it, last month there was something to report, wasn't there? Thanks to you, I hear that everything was resolved. I never realized that bandits had entered. I'm not a great guard after all, am I? I hope you will forgive me one day.
Wow, Lord Rodrigue in the flesh. What is Felix doing? This is such a rare opportunity for him to see his family.
No, he doesn't like his father. Or maybe she doesn't know.
Have you seen a man who looks like me? He's middle-aged and relatively tall. If you get the chance, tell him I've gone out, okay?
I heard about the things you did. I'm so glad Lady YEEAAH is safe. I figure you're a great person after all, Professor. I learned all sorts of things, so I can do as much as possible for Lady YEEAAH. Cleaning, chopping wood, making feed. Oh, and I'm learning the bow and arrow from Shamir. I'm happy to help you out with anything you need done for your class. You betcha. I'm your guy, Professor. Since...
You're pretty cool, bro.
Hey, Teach, I hear you were able to use the Sword of the Creator. That means... What does that mean? Could it mean that you're a descendant of Nemesis, the King of Liberation?
That's so. Hey, I heard about the things you... I figure you're... Hey, that's mine! Thanks for finding it.
You are welcome, bro. Now.
Really?
Captain Gerald was all furrowed brow earlier. Do you know what's got him so concerned? If there's a problem, I want to help any way I can. I did, but he just dodged the question.
I am trusting you.
Ah, Professor. Gerald was looking for you. It seems he has gone off somewhere. If he is not in his room, then surely someone has seen him. Ask around. I have something to ask of you. I have something to ask of you.
You must be rather bewildered by the power that was hidden within. However, know that I believe in you. I have no doubt that you will use that power justly. You will most certainly fulfill the grand destiny that the goddess has seen fit to grant you. May I ask a favor of you? May I ask a favor of you?
Sure, why not? Let's have tea. What the hell? Only one tea choice?
I'm pleased to have been invited. I am grateful.
Hey, you okay, guys? How are you?
Yes. I see. Yes. Of course. Of course. I see. Have you grown accustomed to living in the monastery? I see. It will be nice to gain a better understanding of each other. Yes. I adore this. How quickly this delightful time has passed. However, we must return to our work.
Yes. Yeah, charm increased. I have a friend who would have loved having tea time with Rhea, but I think he beat the game a bunch of times before it was even included. Anyway. Oh, but no support with Rhea, loser. Loser.
Oh, Professor, are you looking for Captain Gerald? I just saw him in the Knight's Hall a little while ago. He was talking with a female knight, but I didn't get a good look at who she was.
Oh my! The crest of flames? Could it really? Yes, the actual crest of flames! No, that is quite enough. I should compose myself. I must remain objective in my research. Objective, professional. The scandal with the Western Church troubles me. We cannot afford to let ourselves be swept along, and yet...
The glory of progress.
Hi. Don't you think Professor Hanneman's been acting a bit strange? Maybe he's made some kind of big discovery. Ah, Professor. What an honor that you would come and talk to me. I'd like to learn more about you. Maybe someday you can add...
What? Hey!
Right. You guys have it bad in your own way. But believe me when I say, we've got it bad too. With all that happened last month, a great many knights were dispatched to the Western Church. And now we must set out for the Eastern Church, located in the far east of the Leicester Alliance. If I must die in Alliance territory, I wish it wasn't in the mountains in the middle of nowhere. I'd much rather go on a sightseeing trip to Deirdre. Oh, you don't know? Deirdre is House Regan's domain. It's called the Aquatic Capital.
whole plan to attack the monastery was some plot devised by the Western Church? That means they used Linato. What right do they have to drag a good man like him into their schemes? There's going to be a big investigation into the Western Church soon. I wish I could be a part of it. I want to hear for myself why Linato had to die. So the whole plan to... That means that... What right to... I wish I could... I want to hear from... Oh, thank you.
Right.
Okay.
I've had a chance to spar with Gilbert of the Knights of Seros before. I couldn't get a single strike in. If that man is accompanying you on your assignment, you can rest assured that no harm will come to you. To be honest, he kind of reminds me of someone. But no, it must be my imagination, right?
Don't, you're being stupid. She sounds much older than she should, to be honest. But anyway, where is Mercedes? Is she driving her Mercedes?
Professor, you look like a natural wielding the sword of the Creator. It's strange though, isn't it? The last owner of the sword was Nemesis, but I thought he didn't have any descendants.
I have a request. Hail, Professor. If I may introduce myself, I am Gilbert. My life has been spent as a dedicated knight. I am to accompany you on your assignment. I may have slowed a step in recent years, but I pledge to you the full extent of my abilities. No, Professor. The pleasure is all mine, I assure you.
I could use your help.
Would you help me out? Knew I could count on you. Hey there. Is this it? There you go. Come back anytime.
Welcome.
Please come again.
Welcome. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Come back soon.
Why is that fish so still? Wait, is it swimming sideways? Perhaps it is resigned to its woeful fate of being plucked from the water and eaten. Ah, Professor, you are so outgoing with all of the students. I would like to have more opportunities to connect with you, though I am certain my brother would disapprove. Might you help me with a favor? Why is that fish so? Perhaps, I would like to have... You have helped me so much.
Need something? See you again soon. Need something? See you again soon.
Hey, so what do you think of all that EXP plus, bro?
Not possible. Father, I found you at last. Thank you so much.
I appreciate your effort.
Hey, welcome back, bro.
I'm not secretly eating cake. You're getting pretty good at talking through the door, Professor. I've been looking for this. Thank you so much. Why did you think that...
Why do you think this is mine? How do you feel about being back, bro?
Sorry, I'm trying.
BG, sorry, I'm trying.
My mistake. The next mission is to rout bandits in the kingdom, is it not? I find the idea unsettling. Though the bandits have captured a large prize, they are insignificant in and of themselves. The matter would be more appropriately dealt with by Margrave Gautier or the Fargus royal family. I grant that I am most likely jumping at shadows, but I fear that if Fargus is weakened, the tipped scales will lead to widespread unrest. Yes, that does belong to me. I deeply regret putting you through this trouble.
Oh. It's awful. Just awful what happened with the Rite of Rebirth. The infirmary. Well, it was a mess. Things are finally calm again, and so I've come here to unwind. Let me tell you, I put all of my knowledge to use keeping those kids alive. Still, the truth of it is that when someone faces death for the first time, well, they figure out who they are. They learn if they can do it again. We can't lose them, Professor. Not to battle or to cowardice. If you can keep them going, then I will too.
My mistake.
Oh, fair enough. But, alright, I reset because, I don't want to waste it on Constance now when I could give it to her later to give her motivation. So, yeah. I'm gonna take it back, bro. Interesting.
Thank you.
My mistake. The next mission is the impact that I find. The next mission is to the matter I grant that I fear. Allow me to express my deepest thanks.
Yeah. So she's gonna be the depressed one. Interesting.
I am sorry you could find no one but me to share your tea with. I shall endeavor to hold up my end of the conversation nonetheless. Allow me to express my deepest thanks. It warms me to my core. What?
I may weep. Yes. 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 My mistake. I shall take my leave now. I hope that I have not wasted too much of your time. My mistake.
It's awful. Just awful what happened. Still, we can't lose them, Professor.
My mistake.
Hi.
Professor, have you seen my son perchance? I have need of him. Is that so? That is too bad. I must ask him not to distract you, Professor, nor His Highness from the matter at hand.
Nor His Highness from the matter.
Professor, have you seen my son perchance? Is that so? Thank you, Professor. I must ask him not to distract you, Professor.
Oh, Gerald? He said something about visiting a grave. There's a graveyard attached to the monastery, so you'll probably find him there. I can't remember where the graveyard is, but I bet Sedith knows.
Professor.
I'm so sorry my older brother is causing you all this hassle, Professor. Don't misunderstand. I always thought he was a piece of garbage. But I never thought he'd steal the relic. I can't wait to see his face when he realizes I'm in the group that was sent to take him down.
Oh. That man I walked past earlier, that wasn't Lord Rodrigue, was it? House Fraldarius is a powerful, noble family, linked to the founding of Fargus. Lord Rodrigue...
Dude, he's literally right there. What the hell?
He's known as the Shield of Fargus. A dozen or so years ago, during the Northern Campaign in Srang, he performed splendidly as the king's right hand. Come to think of it, wasn't there someone from House Fraldarius amongst this year's students?
Quite so. The head of the Western Church holds the title of Bishop. That's not as distinguished as an Archbishop, such as Lady Rhea, but it still comes with a fair amount of authority. If someone in that position plotted an assassination, I cannot help but think it must have been instigated by some outside force. There are bishops in the Eastern Church as well, but to speak frankly, they do not have much impact. They are under the influence of both the Archbishop and the Leicester Alliance, so their ability to voice grievances is quite limited.
Alrighty then. They're like, fuck the Eastern Church, they're losers. Damn.
Hey, I wanted to ask you to join me, but I couldn't find you. So, here I am. I was thinking we should visit your mother. She's resting beneath this humble grave. Oh, of course you would ask that. I wouldn't know where to begin. I suppose I haven't talked much about her. She was gentle and smart. Oh, so smart. A wonderful cook. Always kind to everyone. And she loved flowers. Whenever I brought her back an unusual flower, her face would light up. I cherish those memories. I can't count how many times she made me happy just by smiling. And she smiled the most when she was pregnant with you. She died right after you were born. She wasn't able to spend much time with you, but she loved you with all her heart. That's the truest thing I know. Never forget it. This ring is the only keepsake I have of her. In time, it will be yours. One day, I hope you'll give this ring to someone you love as well as I love her.
I still have much to learn.
Well done. You have my thanks.
Professor?
Hey.
Hey there.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
I know Lord Rodrigue. He paid repeated visits to His Highness after the previous king was killed.
Say, I hear that a knight of Seros named Gilbert will be joining us for our mission this moon. He is skilled, which is surely a boon for us. Still, that was not very thoughtful of Lady Rhea. Ah, well, No, I do not. Not really. All I will say is that we have trained together a few times in the past. House Gautier is Sylvain's home. It would be nice of you to check on him as well.
Mercedes. Her
Hello.
Weak. Had to be done.
What the hell, Bernadetta?
A threat eliminated. Weak. Luck wasn't with you.
And Lorenz. No, I knew she could use lances. I was just more shocked because I hadn't seen a student in, like, a long time in the tournament. But I guess it's been a long time since I did Crimson's Flower. And that you could actually have the random students appear in the tournament. Ooh.
Luck wasn't with you.
Using Dedu here is just OP, man. Damn. Or people.
A threat eliminated.
Glad to see, bro.
Wise indeed to set me to this task. I'm an excellent cook. Maybe. This is hardly a palatable ingredient. But if we see... Wow.
You acquitted yourself honorably last month. To think they'd go into the Holy Mausoleum and assault the Goddess Tower. I cannot imagine the Western Church was acting on its own. Someone must have been helping them. As for the masked knight who escaped, his days are numbered. I hope we find him soon, so I can kill him myself.
How are you managing the Sword of the Creator? No problems? I hope you have not left it lying somewhere unattended or anything foolish like that. You will need the sword's power on your next mission. I trust you will handle it without much issue.
I'm just checking there's no more conversations. Are there any more?
A stone? A stone. I do not understand.
Interesting.
Yet, as I think of it, the pounding in my chest grows faster still. But is that me? Or is it you? A stone? Yet, but...
So, a teacher.
Hello.
Have you seen a man who looks like me?
Have you seen a man who looks like...
That was helpful coaching. Each new experience is an asset. Each new experience is an asset. Oh, I was right?
How long will this take? How embarrassing. I'm not used to such praise.
Oh, I was right?
Tell me, am I achieving anything yet?
Nailed it! I'll get it next. Thanks for your help. As long as it makes me... Nailed it! Nailed it! That went way better than expected.
It was quite a challenge.
So, I was right. You're too kind. Now I'm feeling a bit shy. So, I was right. I'm always improving. I was right.
I feel like I've grown a bunch. I feel like I've grown a bunch. I can really do this. I feel like I've grown a bunch.
My efforts bear fruit at last. You see, flawless. I shall accept as much praise as you're willing to offer. You see, flawless.
Yeah, Pegasus is bro, Pegasi. Welcome to the stream, bro.
I have a question for you, Professor. Professor? Thanks.
This will be easy for the two of us.
I'll give it my all. This should be perfect.
That worked out well.
I've deepened my understanding.
There's so much left to learn.
I'm a well-oiled machine.
Guess I learned a thing or two.
Alright, I'm gonna stop the stream here, guys. So, I hope you enjoyed that, and see you next next time.